2020, Mumbai was second in terms of congestion in a list of 100 cities globally. This is when Mumbai has spent close to 10 billion US dollars in the last 20 years widening roads, building flyovers, elevated roads and ceilings. So why has this investment not addressed the challenge of congestion? Or is congestion the right challenge to solve for? And I want you to think about this again. Is congestion the right challenge to solve for? There's ample scientific evidence that building more roads does not help to solve congestion. There is even more scientific evidence that suggests more roads leads to more people driving. Additionally, it creates pollution. In Mumbai, it kills close to 500 people. Thousands more suffer from severe traffic injuries and millions suffer lifestyle diseases due to lack of adequate physical activity like walking and cycling. Now let's look at how Mumbaikars travel. Based on the city's own data, 42% people walk. Walk to work, walk to education, walk to all their needs. 23% take the train. 12% take the bus. Only 3% travel by car. And we are focusing all our investments, all our energy to build roads to solve for these 3% of the people. It's not only the congestion or the deaths, but more vehicles also lead to more greenhouse gas emissions. In Mumbai, 24% of greenhouse gas emissions are from transport. Today we are in a climate crisis. The new IPCC report says average global temperatures will be 1.5 degrees warmer than the year 2000, somewhere between 2030 and 2040. Today we are at 1 degree warming. And believe me, people in the cities are feeling it. The Arabian Sea has had 10 cyclones since 2019. The Arabian Sea did not get many cyclones in the last 100 years. Scientists have evidence to attribute this rise of cyclones to a rise in temperature in the Arabian Sea on account of climate change. So it is imperative for us to act now. We need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in our cities. Cities contribute 75% of these emissions globally, and urban transport provides a great opportunity to reduce them. We need to stop building more roads to solve congestion. We need to stop building roads that by design prioritize cars. In cities, majority of the people walk or use public transport. At any location, there are more people on foot than in cars. Again, I challenge all of you to stop at any public location in a city and count the number of people on foot or in cars. And you will see there are more people on foot than in cars almost everywhere. That's why we need to build streets for people. We don't need roads for cars. We need streets for people. We need to build streets that prioritize people by design. This is how, with good design, we can change roads for cars to streets for people. Provide adequate space for people to walk and stop. Build a street that communicates where and how they can cross a street. Reduce distances people have to cross at a time. Reduce conflicts between people crossing and vehicles driving. And the hardest but most important, eliminate all on-street parking. Now this does not require much additional money. With clever design changes, we have been able to demonstrate how to create substantially more space for walking and cycling. We have created streets for people. We have been able to show metrics on improvements in safety and the flow of traffic by reducing conflicts. We can even test this solution first with temporary materials. Cities around the world are realizing this and are changing their ways. Take the example of Paris. Paris was always a walkable city, but now it's prioritizing cycling. The new mayor wants to transform the city into the world's cycling capital. They have committed more than 150 million euros with the aim of doubling the kilometers of bicycle lanes. With more people walking and cycling, they don't need as much parking and are reducing parking by 50% across the city. They're turning major arterials like the Champs-Élysées into pedestrian priority streets, allocating more than 50% space to walking. Paris was once a city that loved its cars, and Paris is demonstrating to us and to the world it is possible to change. We've taken small steps in Indian cities to build streets for people. Mumbai has transformed close to 50 junctions like this and is soon going to launch an initiative to transform 450 kilometers of streets. Delhi is pedestrianizing places like Karol Bagh and Chandni Chowk, and October 4th announced a commitment to make 540 kilometers of streets pedestrian friendly. Bangalore is developing an ambitious cycling plan. Here's a pop-up bicycle lane in Bangalore that was initiated during the pandemic. But we need to be much more ambitious in our action across the country. This is the decisive decade to fight climate change. This is also the opportunity to humanize our cities. Our cities need to raise ambition. Cities around the world have shown that with good leadership, in less than 5 years, we can transform our cities. So we need to start today. We need to convince ourselves and our city leaders to design streets for people.